Hey, future doctors. I'm Liberty, an Army HPSP student, and today we are tackling the beast that is the Joint Service Graduate Medical Education, JSGME, application process for PGY-1 positions, aka how to apply for military medical residency. Stick around because I've got your back with a step-by-step guide to simplify this monster. And yes, we'll laugh through the chaos together. The application process is like navigating an obstacle course blindfolded. But don't worry, I've just received the instructions myself, and we're in this together. So grab your coffee, your planner, and let's dive in. Note that while I'm in the Army HPSP program, this should be pretty similar across all branches. First up, mark your calendars. The Medical Operational Data System, MODS, website opens on July 1st. You'll need to pre-register by August 31st. This involves completing the PGY-1 information data form with some personal data. Should take just about a minute. Along with this, submit your initial preference priority form, aka your rank order list. But don't worry, you can make changes to this up until the application process closes on October 15th, in case you struggle to make decisions like I do. Let's talk about how to complete the preference priority form. Start by clicking the drop-down menu next to specialty goal and select your desired specialty. For me, that's FM or family medicine. Look at the family medicine row and rank all available locations. White or grayed out locations mean they're not available for your specialty. If your specialty has fewer than 5 locations, you still have to rank a minimum of 5 programs. So you do this by including secondary specialties or transitional programs. To avoid my worst nightmare of not matching, I'm going to rank another specialty. Internal medicine. Easy as that. To see the number of positions offered by your specialty and location, refer to the approved plan for PGY-1 positions document. Also, note that 5 specialties, anesthesiology, emergency medicine, interventional radiology, orthopedics, vascular surgery, and OB-GYN. You will need an additional ARIS application or residency CAS application for OB-GYN. Now let's talk documents. This process is all about paperwork. Think of it as your initiation into military bureaucracy. You need a medical student performance evaluation, MSPE letter, letters of recommendation up to 3 maximum, a curriculum vitae or CV, personal statement, med school transcript, USMLE or complex step or level 1 and 2 scores, an active duty training evaluation if you have one, and an optional student photo. Get ready for the camera. Each of these documents is crucial. So let's break them down one by one. The MSPE, or as I like to call it, the med school report card, is a summary of your performance in medical school. It's usually prepared by your dean's office, so get in touch with them early. They'll need time to compile all of your grades, evaluations, and accomplishments into a neat little package. My school anticipates 3 to 4 weeks for processing and requires some legwork on our part to identify noteworthy characteristics to include. Next, the letters of recommendation. You'll need 3 glowing endorsements from your clinical preceptors. They should be written on official letterhead and signed. Don't wait until the last minute to ask for these. Give your recommenders plenty of time. Authoring letters of recommendation is a task and hopefully requires some effort to create the kind of sincere and compelling accolades that you want. Start early and be patient, but persistent. Your CV is your medical career on paper. It should include your education, clinical experience, research, relevant extracurricular activities. Make this shine. Highlight your leadership roles, volunteer work, and any unique experiences that set you apart. Personal statement. Your chance to tell your story. Why do you want to serve as a military physician? What drives you? Be honest, be passionate, and be yourself. This is where you can really connect with the selection committee, but keep it to 1 page. The rest of the required documents should be pretty self-explanatory. You'll need your med school transcript, USMLE step or complex, level 1 and 2 scores, optional active duty, training evaluation, and a photo, as well as any changes you've made to your preference priority form. Submitting these documents is like playing Tetris with deadlines. All documents must be submitted by October 15th. Okay. If you have a .mil email and access to a government computer, you can use MOD. Otherwise, the whole process just takes place via email, a process that can feel a bit like sending messages in a bottle, hopeful and slow. Let's talk about interviews. This is also the time to start coordinating interviews with programs. Reach out early to schedule and be flexible with your availability. Military interviews are best conducted in person, I think like any interviews. This would be during your audition rotations. If that's not possible, a virtual video interview would be the next best thing. For the interview, dress professionally in your brand-specific dress uniform. Practice common interview questions and your answers, confidence being key, and be ready to discuss your application, experiences, why you're a good fit for the program. Have a list of questions prepared to ask the program directors, showing your interest and enthusiasm. Interviews are a two-way street. They're assessing you, but you're also assessing them. Once everything is submitted, it's time for the order of merit list. The OML is essentially a ranking system based on your academic and clinical performance, letters of recommendation, and other submitted documents. The higher you rank on the OML, the better your chances of getting your top choice of residency. The JSGME Selection Board is going to meet in November to review and finalize these rankings. This year, the board convenes on November 18th, and they wrap up by November 22nd. This is where the fight over who gets which new residence, so to speak. It's a high-stakes game, but remember, they're looking for the best fit for both you and the program. Once everything is submitted, the waiting game begins. The order of merit lists opens on October 23rd for ranking. The selection board meets from November 18th to the 22nd. And by December 11th, well, you'll know your fate. It's kind of like Christmas morning, but with more anxiety and less eggnog. All right, here's a breakdown of the key steps and deadlines. You want to complete the PGY-1 information data form to pre-register and submit that along with your initial preference priority form by August 31st. Contact your dean's office ASAP to start the MSPE letter. Request letters of recommendation. Request those early and follow up politely. Start drafting now. Get feedback and polish your CV and personal statement to perfection. Submit all required documents via mods if you have a .mil and government computer access, or for the rest of us, by email otherwise. Shooting for the October 15th deadline. Actually, shooting before the October 15th deadline. OML ranking is then done by October 23rd, and the JSGME Selection Board battles it out from the November 18th to November 22nd. Match results released on December 11th. Organization is your best friend here. Use a checklist, set reminders, and keep everything in one place. This process might feel overwhelming, but with a bit of humor and a lot of organization, you've got this. Listen, if you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe and share it with your fellow medical students. Let's conquer residency applications together.